I'll cast aside habits I've had since my birth. Cause even though I may be both surf and turf, only my human side will prove my worth. Here I am, I will be the toast, the toast of every coast. Yes, I will be the most royal man.
Bienvenida and welcome to another episode of Spirit of Avalor with your host Lauren.
And Becca.
And our special guest host, our friend Sheila.
Hola.
I'm going to prompt you to say anything that I'm playing. Because sometimes when we have Paige on, we have to, like, you know, kind of, like, bring her in. And she's like, oh, okay, let's say hi. But, so, and then today we're reviewing EOA S2 E20, Two Left Fins, which aired today.
Yep.
This morning, although Becca and I got to watch it last night around midnight.
Yes.
And it was amazing.
Oh, it is. It absolutely is.
So, since it's your first time being on here, Sheila, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind sharing with our listeners how you got into Elena. Like, you know, how you found out, all that stuff, if you remember.
Well, actually, I found out through you. I believe it was on LJ at the time, or either Facebook or LJ.
Yeah, I think it was
Live
Facebook.
Journal.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think it was. So I said, okay, I'll watch it and see if I like it. And I obviously did and do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I got in, found out.
Yeah, one of my favorite memories with you is watching Island of Youth.
Oh, that was fun.
I know. Because
that was fun.
I remember us sitting there and, like, we both were thinking, where's the song, where's the song, where's the song, obviously. And then when that part comes up, when she's swinging from the tree, and, you know that something, that she's gonna, and I was like, wait, she's gonna sing. And then you gave me the idea to use it in my stories. So that's where that came about. So my Elena stories, we were talking about that after the episode, and I said, I can imagine her singing this to Isa, and you're like, yeah, she probably did, or their mommy, did. And I had that pegged as their mommy's lullaby from the very beginning. I didn't need Craig's confirmation. I definitely had it pegged because a lot of people said, and I got up very close to the TV, and I could even see a little bit, not much, but enough to know that she actually looks like she's blinking before she starts to sing.
Yeah.
Aww.
So, and that was what gave me the impression that this is not just some roundabout song that you heard. This is her mommy's. This is something that is very special to her, and I just really could see, I could just imagine, Lucia, like, kind of, like, nudging her, but, it's okay, you need to do this, you can do this, Esteban needs this right now, go, and stuff, and I just, oh my gosh, that was just an awesome, awesome scene.
It was. That was my favorite scene, I think.
Mine too.
I love the whole episode, but yeah, and we can't forget, why am I sucking my thumb? And where are my pants? And thanks to Paige, we now know what are on his underwear. They're crowns.
What are they?
Crowns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think they're different colored crowns, too.
Well, we know what he wanted.
I know, really. Oh, my goodness. Yes. So, enough talking about the douche. Although, speaking of douche, I was very surprised that in this episode we heard nothing about douche number 2.
I know.
Like,
too.
seriously, like, I mean, Cristobal, in this case, like, where was he still up in that tower? What's going on? Who's ruling Nueva Vista?
I know. That's... I don't know.
I mean, because the guard that came to get Elena, and we'll get into that in a couple of minutes, I think he's the same one who told her that about the meeting in Tides of Change.
Mm-hmm.
He sounded the same.
Sounded the same.
Yeah. But, alright, so the synopsis for this is that after being invited to attend his first royal retreat, Marzel tries to impress and accidentally turns the visiting kings into sirenas.
Sirenas, yep.
Yeah, I know, that's what I said. And, so, before I go into this scene by scene and start showering it with praise and all this, what were both of your general, like, you know, thoughts about it before seeing it?
Well, I was a little disappointed that Marisa wasn't going to be in it that much, and I still am. Because she should have been in it more.
Yes. I feel the same way. I loved it. The episode was amazing, but I wanted more Marisa.
Yep.
Me too, although we know now why, and the other thing is the storyline lends itself as to why she wasn't, you know, there much. But, which we'll get to in a minute, but I remember, you know, when I first, well, if I can harken back to our most recent interview.
Yeah.
And for those of you who haven't heard it yet, what are you waiting for? Go over to YouTube, you know, click on that lovely little link that says play.
It's up there.
Yep. Our most recent one with Craig is the one I'm talking about. So, you know, we're talking to him and all that stuff, and I said, I was like, you know, you like when I theorize, so can I give you my idea for, you know, what this episode is about? And I pretty much told him exactly what it actually was about without even realizing that I was doing it.
Yeah. And an hour after the interview, we got the summary.
Yes! And what's really funny is when I was actually telling him this, in my mind, I was about to say, oh, and he turns them into sirenas, and something told me not to say that. That's why I didn't say a word. I was like, But, and I was very excited to see all of the kings, because at first it made it sound like it was just Joaquin and Raja, so the others weren't even listed.
Right, they weren't.
Mm-mm.
Weird. Well, one that I'm glad wasn't in it was Hector. Yuck.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll definitely get to that. So, all right, so let's dive into this, pun intended.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, we start off there in Nueva Vista, obviously, because otherwise Marcel wouldn't be able to be in this. And basically, he's going to meet Elena for a little discus practice. And when he, as he's going to meet her, he pretty much shows off for some girls.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what their names are, but I think he said Gloria or Loria or something. But he compliments one of them on her bra. And I'm like, okay, this is why it's not for 5-year-olds. Which is honestly essentially what he was doing. And I was just like, oh, I'm thinking to myself, okay, ladies, man.
Girl.
Oh, yeah. So they're Sirena females.
I know, really. But go ahead, Mio. What were you saying? Sorry.
They're Sirenas,
The girl
right?
faint.
Yeah, I was asking what Becca was saying because I was making sure we could hear her.
The girl faints.
Oh, jeez. Which reminds me. Oh, God, sorry. Go ahead.
After he says that, she faints.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so I don't know about you two, but that's bringing to mind the scene right after Belle in Beauty and the Beast when those 3 blondes are, like, swooning over Gaston.
Oh, yeah.
Morning, ladies. Oh, goodness. Oh, awesome. So, yeah, so then Kuko, swims up and he's like, what are you up to? Taking your legs for a stroll. And that's when Elena, explains that not only that, but I'm going to teach him how to play discus. And, so and I love how Marzel is so excited to learn how to play this game.
I know.
And I hate to say it because I know not all guys are jocks, but just like, oh my gosh. I could see him being very good at blowfish ball, squid ball, whatever you want to call it, whatever they play down there because it's not Atlantica, but, whatever sports they have. He would be the guy to do it.
Absolutely.
And I love how he just is so happy and he's like, let's play some discus! But, like, before that, he explains that because peace has finally been restored between humans and Sirenas, that he asked Elena to teach him all about life on land and just start with the fun stuff. And all I kept thinking in my mind was, that fun stuff better not include any sangria. Great, now I got a fanfic idea. But anyway, so, they start playing, and he's not, his first toss really is, good, and what I really love is that how Elena is building him up.
Yes.
Yes. But she's good at that. We've seen her do it before.
Oh, yeah, no, I was waiting for Becca, if you want to say that, I didn't want to interrupt you again. That's why I didn't say anything at first.
No, she is good. She's good at building people up.
Oh, yeah. And so, unfortunately, that throw is really all he has, and then for the rest of the game, he ends up falling on his face.
Yep.
So, and Kuko, I know he was trying to be funny, but at the same time, he was kind of like a jerk.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's like, if the object of the game is to fall on your face, then you're doing a real good job. So,
I'd like to see him do better.
Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Or, yeah, using Ocho as the discus. I know we're horrible. PETA, don't come after us. We're not killing. Okay, I like to eat octopus, but whatever. We're not killing him. Oh my god. So then, the same royal guard that we got to meet in Tides of Change drives up to them in a carriage and explains that he needs Elena back at the palace, and Marzel, his first time seeing said vehicle is like, or mode of transportation, is like, whoa.
What is that? And why is that animal talking to it?
Yeah, I know, and it was so sweet to hear how concerned he was about the horses. And Elena explains what it is and what they use it for. So, and then she offers him a ride.
Yep.
And he wasn't going to pass that up. I mean, it was sweet.
It was.
So then, like, she explains what this, because the guard says we need you back to plan the royal retreat or put the final touches on the plans for the royal retreat. And he's like, what's a royal retreat? So she explains it to him, and Marzel laments that, his papa's a good, he mentions that his papa's a good ruler and that he should be at the retreat. And Elena, is like, you're right. King Pasquaro should be here. Why don't we go ask him right now? So what I didn't like about this exchange was there was too many nows used. They could have written that a little tighter and didn't have a bunch of, like, 2 or 3 of them in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the writer coming out of me, so.
Hey, that's okay.
So basically they go down to Coronado to ask Pescoro if he would like to attend. So they get down there, and Elena has changed out of her jeans into her Serena dress. And Gracias Miel, because you're the one who told me that, so now I can actually know what I'm talking about here. And so, you know, Marcel is stalling about going and asking his papa by saying, you know, are you okay? Do you need more milagra? And she's like, no, I can breathe just fine. I'm good. So, you know, then Ocho, speaking of the little pest, he comes and and without Daria, for once, don't know where she is, maybe don't want to know, but anyway, she's not with him. So he can go about on his own and doesn't, you know, need her.
Exactly. Well, he probably came at her bidding anyway, so.
No, actually, I don't think so, because when we get to where they're going in the next, like, couple seconds, she's not there.
Oh.
No, she's not.
Yeah, that's.
She's not in this episode.
No,
at all.
She's not. Nope. Maybe she's on a nice, deserving cruise about how to treat people.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in.
I would like to know what happened to her, though.
Yeah, we would too, and we asked Haley on the interview that we did with her, and she couldn't answer, which means that they are probably going to tell us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and I'm sorry in advance for my phone. I'm turning it off now. It's yelling at me about stuff that I don't really care about.
Yeah.
All right.
I would turn mine off, but I'm on Skype on my phone.
Oh, no. Meow, it's
So
not, that's the man. It's not, no, it was just mine. You guys, you know, yours don't bother me. I don't care. But, okay, so he explains that, I almost said Camila, and I did not know where that came from. Anyway, he explains that Pescoro is in trouble, and I love that when he says that, like, Marcellus just snaps to attention. He's like, Papa.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they get there and they find Pescoro pretty much trapped between two, riggings or two wooden slats of a boat. Like a mast. Because remember what Elena says, the mast is breaking.
Yeah, the mast is breaking.
Yeah. So, and I thought the rigging was still attached, that's why I said that, sorry. But anyway, so they get him out by using Ocho, and I love this because this proves my theory about Ocho being the butt monkey of Coronado, because really, Armando is the butt monkey of Avalor. He is the one for Coronado, because Marcel's like, wrap yourself around my hand or my arm, and he's like, what? Why? And then he just gets pulled.
Well, Marcel has to stick his arm inside the ship so that Ocho can see what's going on.
Yeah, I know.
What Pescoro is.
Oh yeah, I thought that was actually really cool though. Kind of like he kind of became like a seeing eye octopus or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which was actually really cool, an improvement on Ocho's character.
Yeah.
So Elena helps to, get Pescoro out, which I really loved. Like, I loved how she was part of that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So, she helps to get him out, and they discover that he's hurt, but we don't know how much, because obviously I couldn't see anything, but then we go to the palace, and Miel, is it the throne room or just a sitting room?
It's the throne room.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's on his throne. Correct me, feel free to, if I'm saying anything wrong or if I'm not right about some things. I do want to be as accurate as I can here. And
he's on his right.
He's what?
He's on his throne.
Okay, and Marisa, finally, is there.
Yep.
And Pescoro, the the teens have explained to him, obviously, before we get there as to what all this is, because he's like, a royal retreat, I'm honored to be invited, all of that. And Marisa's like, Papa, you need to rest until your fin heals. And he, acquiesces and says, you're right, Marisa, I would love to go, and Elena, I love her when she's like, your presence will be missed, Your Majesty. And you know that she's not sucking up. She's being sincere.
She's being...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Elena's not a
No, she's not. She isn't. I didn't mean it like that. But you know how it's just like, that she's being sincere is what I meant.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so then Elena gets a brilliant idea to have Marzel.
Marzel can go in your place.
Yes. And of course Marzel is like freaking out. He's like, why? Wait, me? I thought it was only for rulers. And Pescoro reminds his son that he will be a ruler one day.
I think Elena missed a moment there, though. Because she could have told him about her first royal retreat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I was waiting for that, actually, when we first watched.
Yeah,
okay,
me too.
Last night.
But she didn't.
No, she didn't. No. So, she's like, that, you could, that'd be, great. And Pescoro's like, yeah, she would be honoring the family, and it would be a great favor to me, and Marzel, is like, I will, I'll do it, for you, Papa.
I picture him in my mind's eye.
Sorry.
Well, he doesn't stand because he's underwater, but
right.
Being more, I don't want to say erect, but, holding his head higher or whatever,
Yeah. Yes. So Elena's like, great, I'll see you tomorrow. The palace. And this is where my first little nitpick comes in this episode.
Yeah.
She did not say goodbye to her prima. I was like, wait a second, why couldn't you just said, I'll see the palace tomorrow, bye, Marisa. It just would have been nice.
Yeah.
So are they primas?
No, that's just us.
Okay.
We're just going to say that. They can live with it. I imagine that's the nicest and the most sincere thing Craig's ever heard, because I'm sure he hears a bunch of other crazy crap that he probably is like, oh no. So I'm pretty sure he's happy that that's what we came up with.
Yeah.
A little of everything else other people come up with and all that junk.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just didn't appreciate the fact that she didn't even, say anything.
Say goodbye to her amiga.
I know. I know. And it's just, I was just like, wait a second, really? So, Elena leaves. That's the other thing. Okay, unless the scene changes to make it seem like when Elena's already gone, Marzel just let her leave.
Yeah, no, the scene didn't change. So, yeah, Marzel did just leave on her own.
I mean, she's capable, but at the same time, there are sharks out there, there are stingrays out there are jellyfish out there, torpedoes out there. Hey, I didn't do anything. I wasn't even in this episode. Anyway, I had to. But anyway, 3 humans, 2 sirenas, and a really cute octopus. Get him! You got it, boss. That will never not be funny.
Oh, no.
He will never. Oh, my gosh. At least Craig knows now how much we love him.
Yep.
So, I'm sorry. So, anyway, yes, the scene doesn't even change. So, I'm like, wait a second. You let your prima go out there alone knowing what's out there. And, yes, she can handle herself and all that. But at the same time, she has no mode of defending herself.
And I just got a story idea, so thank you.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I did too, but it's gonna go with what I was thinking of doing anyway. So
Yeah.
you can pitch it to me like when we're done, because I want to make sure I'm not copying off you. So
Yep.
but and I want to hear it, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
But-
we'll talk stories later.
Yeah. So but, anyway, so yeah, so Elena leaves and hopefully we know she gets back safely, but come on, anyway. So she leaves and Kuko, comes up and he's like, what's going on? What are you doing? So Marzel explains to him, what he's going to be doing, and this is where we get one of the best songs in the whole series.
One of the best songs, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
yeah.
what I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's called The Most Royal Man, and it is amazing.
It
Prince
is.
Royce, you did an amazing
Oh,
job,
he's got a
sir.
great
Oh
voice.
my gosh.
Ugh.
I can't listen to it now, the first time I heard it last night, I didn't get the full effect because Skype was being a pain in the neck. So
Yeah.
this morning when I watched it online, and obviously, listened to the song, by the ending verse is what gets to me because I can completely relate to Marzel there. And not only do I want to hug him, it's like it hit me personally. I just sat there and started crying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
I was like sobbing last night when we were watching it. I mean, I was in tears.
And like obviously, I when I say I didn't understand why, I don't mean that I'm not trying to invalidate you at all, Becca. I promise. I just meant I was confused only because, like I said, I didn't Skype skip, so I didn't hear the end.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like I heard him fall, and then obviously I started laughing because that was actually really funny. But-
Yeah. When he fell off the bridge.
Yes. But I want to play a little bit of it for you guys. I mean, for the listeners out there, so you can get an idea as to what we're talking about. So it won't be a long section. It's just the last couple lines, or couple verses.
Okay.
So
Go away.
and sorry, it's my screen reader yelling at me.
Be the man. I must be the most royal man. I'll cast aside habits I've had since my birth. Cause even though I may be both surf and turf, only my human side will prove my worth. Here I am. I will be the toast of every coast. Yes, I will be the most royal man. I had this.
So, I mean, now that you guys have the idea, I mean, seriously, only my human side will prove my worth.
Oh,
I mean,
Ugh.
no, I mean, he is amazing for who he is, and to think he has to hide that.
Yeah.
yeah, that's sad. I don't like that.
Yeah.
No, and I understand, why, obviously, but, somebody out there that, could be in need of this right now, and it's amazing. And
Yeah.
Rob, you did an amazing job, and we want to talk to you about this.
Yes.
But we want to have you back on after moving on up, so we have 2 amazing episodes to discuss rather than only 1.
Yeah.
So we'll contact you off air. But that was just so beautiful, and I mean, like we said, I mean, Prince Royce, I mean, you guys just heard it, so I mean, he is just amazingly talented, and you could hear the heart in his singing, and the way he just embodies Marzel, and it's just,
Yep.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I know personally, for me, I mean, I can honestly relate to that. I mean, short version of everything, I had been criticized my whole life for certain things that I didn't give up past a certain age, or, what have you, whatever it is, and that I just started hiding that part of myself for like 5 years. And, it's hard, like, when you're trying to do what he did and think, oh, this is the only way, the people are going to accept me. And it wasn't my friends. It was actually my familia, so it was harder than, friends
Sure.
usually right too. But, so that's how I honestly could relate to him.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
he is amazing. And, oh my gosh, that song will remain as one of my new favorites, and they need to release on iTunes.
Oh, yeah, they do. Definitely.
Well,
It's another subject altogether, but
what they need to do is release a whole new soundtrack.
yes.
We have been checking iTunes every Friday for a year. So,
A year and about 2 months now.
yep. Mm-hmm.
So they just need to
Yep.
let Craig do it.
I know. They do. He wants to.
And we would pay him. Obviously we would buy the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely would.
Even if we wouldn't keep, I would buy the whole entire set. And, things that I legitimately didn't gel with, I would still keep in case, it took me a while, but I would buy almost every single one except ones that I know I really don't like, which are far and in between.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, they just need to let him do it, because people are missing out.
Oh, they are. And we're having to, make our own soundtrack. And it's just, want a professional one.
I know. I don't know if you want to keep that in there, so as Steve says on DVT, edit!
Well,
But no, we're not going to edit anything, but it's cool. But anyway, yeah, there are just so many amazing songs that the world needs, especially, Our Chance, A New Tale, The Most Royal Man, all of these are just powerful and very timely. And they're mind of touch, but that's actually funny. But anyway.
yeah.
Before I found out what kind of a douche Cristobal was, I liked Familia Forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know
on
the
our
song
favorites
Familia
list.
Forever?
I know.
Oh, it's not on my favorites list, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess the reason obviously because he's a douche, but the other thing also is that song is good, and obviously he did such a good job. He really did. The guy, obviously he's very gifted.
Yes. He's from Hamilton.
Yes.
So,
So, it just is sad that everything he's saying to Elena obviously is true on one hand, but on the other hand, he is pretty much manipulating her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, so let's get back to this one. So after this beautiful, heartfelt, just amazing song, so actually, so before we go any further, so within the song, Marzel is doing everything that he's speaking of.
Yeah.
Like when he says, I'll trade my fins in for a nice pair of boots, he actually goes and gets them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Miel, you can guys through this since you, saw it.
And then yes. And then he, sorry, hold on. Yeah.
You want to go up to Grim?
I'm in the middle of a podcast right now. It's okay.
And there you have it, listeners. Her dad makes a cameo appearance. This happens almost every time. So for those of you who are used to it, there you go. You have your little gift now.
That's why I was kind of quiet for a little bit, because
Yeah, I feel bad Whatever, making Miss Vino Tiempo, but...
That's okay. That's alright.
Alright, so he gets the boots, he gets the suit.
He gets the suit and he doesn't try on any of this stuff. Kind of,
Sorry.
buys it.
What? Hold on, no, you're not gonna with that. What was that all about? What were you thinking, or what were you seeing in your mind?
No, it was like, well, how did he know it was going to fit if he didn't try it on?
Maybe he did. Maybe he does. We just don't see it.
Oh, that's funny.
But then it's so sweet because I can't remember what part of the song it is, but he holds open the door for a lady that's walking out of the store. It's so sweet. And then he falls on his face again. But I love when in the part where he says habits that I've had since birth, he changes back into a sirena and dives into the water.
Oh, cool.
And then when he says the part about surf and turf,
Yeah.
he's back
on land.
So
Raja, get off my laptop. Sorry, you guys. He has a habit when we're doing podcasts to go surf for crap. So don't change my password. Anyway, nothing could beat what he did when we interviewed Craig the first time around.
no.
He jumped up and ran across the keyboard, and Craig's like, "Who's that?" I was like, "That's Raja. That's my kitty." And he's like, "Oh, does he have any questions?"
Oh, gosh.
He's like, "Does he have any questions for me?" And while I'm on the subject, we are going to finish this review. I promise. I need to let all of you out there know that the reason you're not hearing said first interview is because something went wrong and it didn't get me. So it wouldn't make any sense. I'm going to try to transcribe it and put it up on a website.
Yeah.
So, but that's why. So.
Yeah, you know what? You can just put it up on Tumblr.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll put it up on Tumblr under my Tumblr, which is lovelikeelena.tumblr.com if anyone's interested.
Yeah, and you can just link the actual post and put it on Facebook and Twitter, and stuff. So,
Raja, stop adding screenshots of yourself. And the only reason I know it's what they are is because I have 2 pictures of him in this one folder, and that's what he keeps hitting. So it keeps adding it to Dropbox. Yeah, Diva Kitty.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah. But, okay, so in the next, so he dives back into the water. He actually trips over the bridge and falls in the water at the end of the song.
He's actually on top of the bridge.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, he falls off of it then?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Whoever made that bridge didn't have really good craftsmanship skills. So, anyway, before we move on, do you two want to add anything about that scene, like what you thought, or all that?
No.
Okay. No, I just wanted to give you time, the chance to, because I didn't want to just keep going, because I wanted to.
I do want to say one thing, that he's actually singing. Like, it's not.
Okay. Okay.
It's not.
Okay. I don't know why I thought it was a montage, like over at first.
No, it's he's actually singing as he's doing.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Gracias.
Yeah.
So, okay. So in the next scene, I love this next scene because it shows how much these kings love Elena, and
Oh, I know. They're great.
Yeah.
and how excited they are to be there. So, first we get Joaquin with an N, not an M. That was my fault. But anyway, first we get him, and it's really sweet because he gets out of the boat and grasps Elena's hands.
Yep.
And it's really, really sweet. And you could tell that, like, she's just so happy to see him. Like, she was an Olaball.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, you know, they greet each other, and then she's, like, you know, happy, obviously, to see the others. And this is where we find out that it's not just King Joaquin and Raja, but it's King Joaquin, Raja, and Lars, like it was last time.
Yep.
And, well, I mean, in Royal Retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really awesome because they're all excited to see her and to be there. And Lars is so excited that he falls over the boat and Raja has to catch him. And I know there are a lot of people out there who are shipping those two because of that, and I just want to say I like them better as friends. And for all we know, they're married to, you know, women and have children, so whatever. But anyway, so we can hashtag this Raja the designated catcher of people catcher. Because really, that's what he does throughout the rest of the episode. So, anyway, they're there and they're, excited to be there, and Elena is so thrilled to have them, and it's just so, oh my gosh, so sweet. And so and I think it's Raja who says, so what fanciful adventure do you have for us planned this time? And I just love that, because it shows that they trust her, and they're anticipating something fun.
Yeah.
That won't pit them against each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and she's like, well, first we're going to have a special guest, and she explains that she invited Marzel, and I love that when she mentions his kingdom, they all look bemused, like, what the heck? Because to have them react right away to it or know of it would have been a little weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if it'd been one of them to say, oh, I know that, that would have been fine. But it's just, I like the way they chose to take it.
Oh, yeah.
And then obviously after she explains it's like a Voldemort thing. Like, oh, crap! So, case in point. But anyway, she explains it, and they flip out or freak out a little bit, and Raja's like, he's gonna sink our ships, and Elena's like, no, they don't do that anymore, that's why I invited him, so you can see for yourself that the Sirenas have changed and that they're our friends. And I love Joaquin when he's like, any friend of yours will be a friend of ours.
Yeah.
And I just love this man, and he's probably my favorite.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
I mean, I like Raja too because he's hilarious.
I want to see Kat and
Teresa.
Teresa, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I understand why they weren't there in this one, because Esau wasn't even there.
Well, sure, yeah.
But no, it would be nice. And 99% they don't have one-off characters, give or take.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we will eventually probably see those two again, so it'll be cool.
Yeah, I think Torpe might be one, though.
Yeah. Too bad.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to see me no more.
Oh my gosh. We totally have to have you on more often. No, Jill. I love that you know that. So, okay, so basically Marcel arrives a couple minutes later because I think it's Lars asks where he is. And Elena's like, he'll be here, he'll swim up any minute, and then we see him arrive, and you can take it over, Miel, because I have no idea what the heck he's wearing.
We see him driving a carriage.
Oh, he is? Okay.
He's driving it.
I thought so.
That's why the horses come in, driving so quick.
Oh.
Because he doesn't know what he's doing.
No. Oh, God.
Somehow he's able to stop the carriage.
Thank Lucia for that. Seriously.
Yeah. I know. She's just like, okay, I'm gonna go and save this poor kid from
Yeah, really.
driving the
From
carriage into the
himself. Yeah, really. Elenita doesn't need this.
No.
But yeah, so he arrives by carriage, and somehow the horses all survive. So, he gets off, and he greets them, and he has this weird, he's speaking with this weird accent. I mean, you can understand everything he's saying. That was not the problem.
We have to talk about the hat.
Okay.
Because the hat, okay, those big hats, those big hats that you see, in movies, if you wear in the sun?
Uh-huh.
And, they're huge, and they have, they cover your face, basically.
Okay.
And so, it's this huge hat with this really huge rim. And so he's wearing one of those, and I think it has, a feather on it or something. And...
Go ahead, Neil, you have to,
Okay. And it's purple. And when we got the pictures of this outfit, I thought that Marcel was a girl. Because this huge hat, I didn't see the face.
Yeah, no. Me, I'm not making fun of you. It was just funny. Oh, too good.
Between the hat and the ruffles,
Oh my god.
His whole outfit is he just tried too hard in that department. Actually, it's not his fault. It's the shop owner for letting him walk out of the store like that.
I know. So, does he fall here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, so he falls, and Raja again. Breaks his fall.
Yep.
Yeah, really. But I love how they form a bond, though.
Yeah.
I really like how they become friends, and how Raja, he and Marcel seem to, become friends. But anyway, so he greets them, and Elena is just like, really?
Can we talk for a minute? Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, so he greets them, and then explains how he, can gain legs, but it's in a very Esau-like way of talking, and I hate to say I love Esau, but she sometimes does do that, and that is, not people she knows that don't, you know what I mean, but I mean, with Kat, or with, Tamiko, she'd be talking that way probably, and we heard her.
Yeah.
In class act. Yeah. So, it was funny. But yeah. So he explains, about that, and that, Elena, pulls him aside and said, what's with this? What's with the outfit? What's with the accent? What are you doing? And, he's like, I really need to impress these kings. And she's like, well, just be yourself. So they go back, and they, Marcel asks Elena, what they're gonna do. And I love, that she's like, well, I plan for us to experience everyone's favorite activity, but maybe we should just stay in the palace and play chess.
And I take one thing here.
Mm-hmm. You can always.
As she's saying that,
mm-hmm.
the camera, zooms in on Marcel's feet.
Okay.
like Elena is looking at his feet. Like, I'm not sure these activities are a good idea.
Yeah. So, and Marcel's like, Pish Posh, I would love to engage and experience in these fine king's festivities, or these favorite kings.
The thing that I was thinking about when he said Pish Posh was Mary Poppins Returns.
I know. Come here in their bath. Pish Posh. What? No. Oh, gosh. And I want to say it right now. Anyone who has not seen Mary Poppins Returns, you need to see this movie. It is amazing.
It's incredible.
And that's all we're saying, or else we're going to go down another road and be here for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But...
No.
No, I was just kidding. But anyway, so... Yeah, so they do Lars's activity first, and I love that he mentions Avalor and chocolate.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that's just a testament to the writing and just the writers and just the rest of the crew and cast. Like, they know these characters.
Yeah.
Down to, like, the minuscule details of, you know...
What they like. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yep.
Lars' favorite activity apparently is horseback riding, and he's like, I love it almost more than Avalor, or almost as much as Avalor and chocolate. And I like to think Elena gives him a box, you know, all of them a box when they leave.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And gives him a little extra.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, Marcel's like, yeah, you know, we could, you know, I would love to try that. So, go ahead, Miel.
So he gets on the horse and he gets on backwards. And then the horse just takes off running. So that's why Elena says turn around. You know, but he can't because the horse is moving.
And Lars is like, put your feet in the stirrups, and he's like, what stirrups? What are stirrups?
So he's bouncing up and down. and then the horse throws him, and Raja catches him again.
Oh my goodness. So, you know, Elena's like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm, never better. So then, Elena's like, why don't maybe we should move on to another activity. And Joaquin's like, why don't we try mine, Ola Ball?
Yep.
And, Elena's like, well, that involves a lot of running and kicking. You know, and Marcel's like, I would love to partake in this Ola Ball.
Actually, it's like, let's do this
Ola Ball. Yes. Mm-hmm. And, so, now, can we harken back to Ola Ball for a second?
Yeah.
The episode, I mean.
Yeah.
Elena has some moves, and we see them again here.
Yeah.
Maybe the Gabe Goalmaker, but we see, obviously that's his, not hers, but we see that she still has it.
Yeah. Well, she's played it several times since then, so...
Including the time that Gabe put a hole in the wall.
Yes!
Blockheads. Oh, gosh. I still love that. I'm sorry, I kind of put a... How could you play Oboe without your abuela? Like they think they're gonna get in trouble. I love that woman. Oh my god.
Marisa, oh yeah, she's great.
Yes. She does not miss a thing. Oh my gosh, no. I am so excited. Okay, the reason I sounded like that, I just realized something.
What?
Moving on up. It's the chocolate shop episode.
Oh!
Whoa.
Awesome!
Now, I'm not saying that for sure, but I just realized that it might be that episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we should know in a week or so
Yeah.
what the
I mean,
summary
even if
is.
it's not, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Even if it's not, it'll still be really, really good.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when is that coming on? Sometime in February?
Yeah, I'm hoping my birthday, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Well, either my birthday or their second would work, too. I mean, whichever
Yeah.
they decide to do. Okay, so sorry for going off track there, but I just got that, inspiration. I was like, wait a second, because, yeah. So, anyway, because we were talking about her, but anyway, so they play Olaball, and, so I love when Marcel's like, Elena, I don't seem to be being guarded. Like, I'm like, wait, she's not supposed to take care of him. He can see, he can move.
Yeah.
So, so he tries valiantly to play, and apparently his shoe comes off at one point.
Yep, it goes through.
It goes, oh gosh. That's why Elena says that. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I thought at first she said it was because his shoe made contact with the ball and sent the ball through the goal.
No, his shoe goes through the goal.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. So then, she's like, at least your shoe made the goal.
Or at least your shoe scored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then they move on to, well, he doesn't think he has, has it and stuff, and Joaquin's so sweet, he's like, don't worry, Marcel, he's like, and then Raj is like, during my first game, I spent more time on the floor than on my feet. And he was not trying to be a jerk, like, he just was probably trying to break the ice.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, so then they move on to Raj's activity, which is
rock
mountain
climbing.
climbing. Yeah, rock climbing, not mountain climbing. Jeez, that's later. So yeah, so they move on to that, and Raja obviously knows what he's doing, and he goes up, and Marcel, is like real, and Elena's like, I couldn't climb that. You don't have to. And he's like, I'm coming, Raja, and Elena's like, wait, you have to use the safety rope.
I love how they had her pause. Like, you have to use the safety
rope. I know.
Yeah, they probably had Amy, like,
Yeah, they probably had a beat there.
Yeah, or had her count to 10 in her head before she said that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think he does pretty well for a time, like for a minute or two maybe. And then something happens and I don't know what that is. Maybe you could tell us.
He slips.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he falls and, everyone's concerned obviously and stuff. And Elena's like, are you okay? That's... And I'm not laughing because he fell. I'm laughing because Raja is still up there.
I know.
So then, he's like, I must go, and he leaves, and Elena obviously goes after him, and she's like, what is, she's like, you need to just be yourself, and he's like, oh, I'm embarrassing myself. I wanted to, do this for my father, I'm just gonna go home. And like a light bulb goes off over Elena's head, and she's like, well, let us come with you. And and he's like, what do you mean? And she's like, what better way to show them who the real Marcel is than to take them, down to Coronado, that way you can be yourself. And then she says something she should not have said, because she's like, and by the way, lose the phony accent. And he's like, oh, I forgot. I was like, oh, don't say anything. So, he invites them to Tor Coronado, and, everyone's excited, and you hear up from up above, that sounds wonderful! Oh my gosh. And Craig, we really did appreciate and love this episode. We're not laughing at it because it was amazing. It's just, it has a lot of funny stuff.
Yes, it does.
And we do love Marcel, so please don't get the wrong idea when you guys listen to this. It was just funny. So he explains about Milagra, and, gets it for them. And Elena probably has her own.
Yeah. She comes downstairs in her Sirena dress and the Milagra.
Mm-hmm. So, then they get there, and Marcel, is giving them a tour, and Kuko, comes up to them and is like, hey, are these your new royal buddies? And Marcel explains who Kuko is and all that. And everyone's really happy to be down there, and I love this, because
I know.
It's proving Lena's point, for one thing.
And I love that they use the Spanish word for seahorse.
Yes.
Yep. Caballo marino. Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And that was awesome. That was a step up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, they get there, and he wants to show them the Milagra forest, and Coco's like, no, it's off limits. And goes without saying, except for emergencies and all that, obviously, because of what happened to Elena and all, but...
Oh, sure, yeah.
So he's like, don't worry about it, it's fine. And then he takes their hands and pretty much pulls them in like they're on this fast-moving ride.
Yeah!
And Raj and Lars are just having the time of their lives. Poor guys, they probably don't have any fun otherwise.
They're like, faster!
I know! I mean, I love their childlike wonder for things like that,
Yeah.
It's just awesome, and it teaches us a lesson. The adults who just are like, don't, be like that anymore. And, there's a balance for everything, and obviously, I'm sure, there are times when they're not like that, but it's nice just to let loose sometimes, and they're awesome, So they're having fun, and Elena, is like, just wait, don't, you're going too quickly. And I don't think she's part of this. I think she's actually off on her own.
No. Yeah, she's following behind.
Yeah, she didn't extend her hand. So, yeah, she's following behind them, and then basically the forest doesn't like them being there, and basically we get a devil's snare type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And where it wraps themselves around them, and that's when this happens. And I want to stop here and say, Craig, you are a very clever man. Oh my gosh, this was awesome.
Yes.
So Marcel doesn't exactly turn them, but he initiates their being in that forest. So
yes.
Yeah.
So yes, they get turned, and Elena obviously panics, and she has a right to panic, and I'm sorry, I was just thinking, and it's not just because Joaquin is married, his wife is not going to be happy. But anyway.
Yeah, I could just see him getting back to Carissa. And Teresa going, well, how was your royal retreat? Querido,
Yeah.
And, well, I got turned into a sirena. What?
I know, really. Oh, that would just, oh my gosh. Yes. Fanfic. No. Anyway, so So they get turned, and Elena, it's like, Marcel, you can undo this, right? And he's like, I don't know, maybe my father knows. So they go to the palace, and I love how Pescoro does not hold back, and he's not screaming, but at the same time he is angry.
Oh, you can tell he's one angry sirena.
Oh, yes. And Marisa just, apparently looks like, what the heck did you do?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I didn't even know she was there.
Yeah, she was there. She's the one that suggests, well, we're going to get there, but she's the one that suggests.
Oh, that's right. Yes, she was. Yep, she was.
Yeah. So, they get there, and I love how they did this. I love how they staged it, and I love how it just, when Pescoro was like, so, Mijo, how was the royal retreat? And he was like, well, and, Pescoro in his right, he's like, you turned them into sirenas. What were you thinking, Marcel? And, and he obviously admits that he wasn't thinking, that he wanted to impress them and to do, to make him proud in so many words. And, and Elena cuts her to the chase, and she's like, is there a way to fix this? And I love how she's not afraid to talk to him.
Yeah.
To Pescoro, I mean, that they're equals.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much. I mean, within reason, but at the same time, she learned from her little escapade and, chaotic meeting with,
Virago.
Thank you. Yeah. Sorry, the guy's just kind of forgettable. Anyway, so, and he's like, I don't know, I don't think so, and then Marisa speaks up and just, what about the red abari flower? It could reverse the transformation. And, Pescoro's like, yes, but it has to be eaten before their fins stop glowing. Which was interesting because I like how they put, a visual spin on it, kind of like a visual time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Constraint.
You would also hear the noise, too.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was.
Mm-hmm. There was, yeah. It's not shimmering.
Yeah. And it was really cool.
Mm-hmm. So, they explain that it's on top of a mountain. And so,
near a waterfall.
Yes. Yep. So Marcel's like, it's too far. We can't, I can't do it. And then, he leaves and Elena goes after him. And I don't know about you guys, but I wish it had been Marisa.
Me too. Me too.
Yep. Although it's Marcel's doing.
Yeah, but I wish it would have been Marisa to go after him and give him a pep talk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
But, Elena's like, you wanted to act like a leader. Yesterday you saved your father, but it wasn't by being someone you weren't. It was by being yourself. So we need to get that flower, so you need to figure out how to do the same thing. And you need to start now. And so he basically makes a carriage out of a boat, and poor Kuko, man, he's gonna owe him big for this.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure it was a humane tie and stuff, but still, he's gonna owe him huge for this.
And I think that Coronado, I'm not sure about this, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think that the walls of Coronado are mirrors.
Okay, that is awesome.
Because I noticed in the Song of the Sirenas, I kept seeing when Marcel and Marisa were down.
Yes, I did too.
Their reflection.
Yes.
And so I kept seeing the reflection of Guko.
Okay.
And the carriage.
Okay.
So I think that the walls, or at least some of the walls, are mirrors.
That is awesome.
Or either it's like the water reflecting, but I don't think so. I think it's mirrors.
because I keep seeing a light.
Yeah. So I really think that it's mirrors.
Awesome. We need to ask Rob when we have him on.
Yeah, we do. We do. Definitely. Yeah.
So,
For now, we'll say that it's mirrors.
so we get to the mountain, and of course, the Rebari flower is at the very top, and I wonder if there's a ballet. I almost said Marisa. Elena agrees to go up there because no one else can.
Yeah.
And Marzel's doubting himself. She's like, I'll get it. So she gets up halfway, and I'll just say it here. I honestly think what happened was she went up there and she started having a flashback to something. And I think it was...
Slipped.
Sorry.
She slipped.
Yeah. But my point is the reason she slipped was because I think she started having a flashback of falling off Skylar in Via Estrella.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could have been.
Yeah.
So she slips and she twists her ankle. So all of you listeners remember that for a couple minutes later.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Marzel obviously has no choice but to go up there. And he changes as he goes because the mountain is out of the water.
Sure.
Well, he changes and he runs over to Elena.
Okay.
To make sure that she's okay.
Yeah, which was really sweet.
'Cause he's sitting at the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah, so he changed and he goes up there, and I love that Raja is willing to talk him through this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so sweet. Oh my god.
It's there, and then he gets up there and he gets the flower, and then he dives back over the waterfall.
Ooh.
Into the water.
Wow, he could have seriously injured himself.
Yeah, really.
I'm glad he didn't, obviously, but...
So,
Yeah, and I just love how the method that they used was real.
Yep.
With the handholds and the foothold thing, that's real. And I love that they chose to use that.
oh yeah.
So, so he gets down and he gives them the flower and they eat it. And so they get their voice back. Oh, gosh. And Lars is just so happy. And I'm pretty sure it's him. When he's like, my legs are back. My
legs are back. I'm so happy.
And all I kept thinking in my head was, do you guys want a room? And and I like, if this was a Y7 show, it would have been really funny if appropriately he would have kissed one of them. It would have been hilarious. So, they all are turned back and they, they're so happy they start to dance. And Marcel
starts jumping up and down on the boat. And then they all get on the ledge,
Yeah.
and start dancing.
That is, oh gosh, it's hilarious. And, and Marcel's like, I wish I could dance. And Elena's like, well, what's stopping you? Nothing's stopping them.
And she's standing at that point.
Which doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
No. She just twisted her ankle 2 minutes ago.
I know, there's no way the magic and cyber can have healing powers that work that quickly.
Yeah.
Like I said, only in Disney universe.
Okay, that's actually not true, because if I can do a sidebar really quickly. Here, in Aladdin episode, Jasmine cracks her ribs.
Ouch.
And she's not, she's better by the next one, because obviously, it's been weeks or whatever. But within the episode, when that happens, she's still injured by the end of it.
Yeah.
So, and you've seen that one, Miel, so you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Extra protection. But anyway, yeah. So, it's not a Disneyverse thing, at least it wasn't in the 90s. But yeah, that was just really, really weird.
Yeah.
So so they get back to the palace and they show the Piscoro, that, Marcel fixed it and, they got there to the island and all. And, so he says you have honored your familia, or family, but he should have said familia, but, today, Miho, and I am so, that was so sweet.
Oh, yeah.
And then
It was.
my favorite thing comes right after that, when Maddie says, like, I'm so proud of you, Marcel. And, like, she gives him a hug, and oh my gosh, I love those two.
Yes.
And, so, and I love how Joaquin's like, your son risked his life for us. And then Roger's like, I've never seen such bravery.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I would love to think that they're going to be friends,
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, so, and, Elena's like, well, the first day they were on retreat, trying to be very interested, and,
Yeah.
and Marisa's like, well, this is day 1, what are you going to do for day 2? And, and Marcel's like, well, I, have an idea. And they end it by playing discus, and I love how he finally just is himself and is like, I'm really sorry, but I'm not going to be really good at this, and I'm not good at this. And I love Raja, when he's like, neither am I, but I love to play.
Yes.
Yep.
And it was so sweet. And, like, Elena's, like, doing cartwheels, and I'm like, really?
Yeah. On that injured ankle.
I know. I'm like, really? Come on. And that's where it ends. And oh my gosh. I loved this episode. And I've seen it 5 times, so it's, you and I have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, but,
I'll catch up.
oh yeah, it's just, I give it, honestly, a 9 out of 10.
Me too.
Yep.
And only because Marisa wasn't in it more.
Yeah.
Because she could have easily gone with them, because her dad's going to be okay by that.
Yeah.
And she could have helped Elena, because, so. But,
Oh,
so any last...
was-
Oh, go ahead, sorry, go ahead.
I like seeing Marcel's goofier side. I mean, we saw his level-headed, sensible side in Song of the Sirenas, but we saw his goofy side today.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that these characters are just so flawed, and that they have layers.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And that they're complex, and that's why she needs to be taken off Disney Junior.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, it does.
At least by season 3.
Yes.
Because in season 3, she's going to start dealing with seeing her parents die, and they need to be able to do that.
Well, she's already done that.
Well, no. Remember what Craig said in 3? She's going to confront the fact that she watched it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So that, and I want them to be able to do that accurately and freely without any constraints.
I know.
Yep.
I know.
Or it won't be real.
No. No.
So, and she needs to find that tiara.
She does. I know.
So if that is not about the chocolate shop, I think that might be the case.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
But why would it be called Moving On Up? Like,
That I don't know. I mean, like I said, we haven't gotten a summary for it yet.
yeah. But that title just doesn't make sense for that.
It doesn't. No. Mm-mm. And Naomi can't be leaving again because she's there. She's staying. So that can't be it.
Right.
So, I have no idea. I'm at a loss with this one.
I know.
I don't know.
But any last thoughts on Two Left Fins?
Just that it was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, it was fun watching it with you, Sheila. Like, it was,
Yeah, it was.
and I'm really glad we did this one. I mean, we will do a day to remember, but I enjoyed reviewing this one a lot more.
Me too.
And I wasn't bored.
No.
So, and it was fun.
It was fun.
Oh yeah, so Sheila, thank you for, coming on and hanging out with us and going on this.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for switching plans and reviewing this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, any questions or anything you guys have for us, just email us at spiritofAvalorpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
So, and the next one we're going to be reviewing probably is going to be Moving On Up.
Yeah.
So, but in the meantime, we'll do a day to remember and just keep going.
Yeah.
And then for Scepter of Light, we have our friend Kim coming on tentatively, so
Yeah.
we'll get that one done too. And that'll be your chance to geek out, Miel, because that has the next Spinoza, so that'll be fun for you. And now I have Turning Turtle stuck in my head. But, so we will see you guys later. Adios.
Adios.
Adios.